Imagine it's the year 1917, the streets are a mix of horse-drawn carriages and the very first automobiles. The air is filled with the sound of mechanical engines unlike anything the world had heard before, and in the middle of this transformation sits a masterpiece like no other. This 1917 vintage automobile, a machine that was not just transportation but a symbol of elegance, innovation, and privilege, a car that spoke to the wealth and sophistication of its owner. A rolling statement that combined engineering with artistry. And today, over a century later, we have the rare privilege to stand face to face with it, to study its lines, to feel the aura it carries from a time long past, to see the craftsmanship that has outlasted wars, economic shifts, and the evolution of the automobile itself. Look closely at the front, and the first thing you notice is that proud vertical grille, framed in brass with a delicate golden tone, behind which sits the radiator that kept this early engine cool on dusty unpaved roads. Above it the emblem in a deep red finish like a crown signifying its maker's pride, and flanking either side are two perfectly round headlamps, their glass lenses still intact, their golden rims catching the light like jewelry, not just meant to illuminate the road but to elevate the car's face into something regal. Every bolt, every curve, every piece a product of handcraftsmanship in an age before automation. And then there's the number plate, MTA 1917, more than just an identifier, it's a date in history, a reminder of the year America joined the First World War, a year when the world's factories shifted to support war efforts, but some, like the one that built this car, still produced vehicles that reminded the world of beauty and civility. And make no mistake, this was not a car for everyone, it was for the privileged few, the businessmen, the dignitaries, those whose names carried weight in society, people who saw the automobile not just as a tool but as an expression of success. And as we move along the side profile, you notice the sweeping fenders arched gracefully over spoked wheels, each spoke made of sturdy wood wrapped in a steel rim, the tires narrow by today's standards yet perfectly suited for the cobblestone streets and dirt paths it once traveled, the body painted in a rich deep green, not sprayed on by machine but carefully brushed and layered by hand, giving it a texture and depth modern finishes can't replicate. And the patina, oh, the patina, every mark, every subtle change in shade telling a story, not of neglect, but of a life lived, of journeys taken, of weather faced and survived. Then we step closer to the cabin, open the door with its solid, weighty feel, and you're greeted by the aroma of aged leather and polished wood. The steering wheel, large and commanding, crafted from a combination of seasoned hardwood and metal, smooth from the touch of drivers long gone. The dashboard simple yet functional, hosting analog gauges that display speed, fuel, and engine temperature with needle precision, each dial encased in brass, the seating upright and formal, upholstered in leather that has aged into a soft, welcoming texture, every stitch done by hand by craftsmen who took pride in work that would last generations. And beneath the long hood lies the beating heart of this machine, a four-cylinder engine built for endurance rather than raw speed, an engine that starts with a deliberate ritual, fuel on, ignition advance, a turn of the hand crank or early electric starter, and then the low, rhythmic chug as it comes to life. Not a roar like today's sports cars but a dignified mechanical heartbeat that speaks of reliability and purpose. And imagine this car gliding down a quiet early 20th century road. The driver dressed in a wool overcoat and gloves, the passenger perhaps tipping a hat to those they pass, the brass lamps casting a soft warm glow in the evening light, the wheels turning steadily, the suspension gently swaying over uneven surfaces, the